Alright, it's time to shred through another map with the ASHERATOR. And today we are going to look at a shotgun Riven mod. We're going to complete a solo interception mission with level 30 or higher enemies and a Hobbled Dragon Key equipped. So while we're in the screen, let's go ahead and look at the shotgun that we're going to be using. We're using a Warframe. It's also known as a status stick because, as you can see, it's 100% status. That's critical for a shotgun. You need the 100% status before you add on any multi-shot mods, such as Hell's Chamber, for it to take effect. That's one of the tricks with shotguns. And to do that, we use the 60-60 mods, which are 60% one type of element like this heat one and 60% status. So I've got 4 of them here on the bottom that add up to the 100% status, and then I added on the multi-shot and so forth afterwards. So the next thing we want to quickly look at, one of the requirements of this Riven is that we add on a Hobbled Dragon Key. So we're going to click this, add it to our gear wheel so that it's there as part of our total gear that we have. And it will impact our speed. That's what the Hobbled does. I'm adding on a couple other less used weapons just because they're a lot of fun and kind of interesting. I'm using the Siron, and it is also 100% status stick. As you can see, in this case it does blast for crowd control, it does corrosive for removing armor, and radiation so that the enemies are attacking one another and doing damage to themselves. Works very effectively. Doesn't do very much damage, as you can see, in comparison to some of the other things out there, and very little critical. But that doesn't matter because of the 100% status that it's doing. It's taking care of other things for us. Then I'm using the Zenistar, which is a 300 daily reward once you've been on 300 days. And the critical things with the Zenistar, it's interesting. Its main attack isn't really what we use it for. We use it for the alternate, which throws a circle out there that radiates damage. And in this case, it radiates out radiation and viral. As long as you have 50% status on it, it will force those procs out there. And to increase the speed that it's forcing those procs, we want as much speed as possible. I'm using Prime Fury. And then we want the range of that as much as possible, so we've put on a primed reach so that it will expand out. Because this is an interception, we're going to go ahead and use this, and we'll plant it at one of the interception locations, to make our life easier. And the boar, as you saw, it's using blast and corrosion so that it will take care of a lot of stuff for me. We're using the Venari that comes with the Cora. I'm using Cora in this specific case, and we'll get into that why in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into this. There's a few places that we can actually go to take care of this interception, solo interception. We also want to quickly change to solo because that's one of the requirements of this Riven. So on Eris, this Zini, its main one, it's a nightmare mod up right at the moment, but if you click it, you have 2, and the regular mission is a level 30 mobs. You also have a choice of Sedna. You can go to Barahinia, level 30 mobs there. But I like the Void and the map there. We're going to go to Mithra. We're going to go to regular interception and boot this up. Why I like this one is it has a wide open map for the most point, where you have a lot of lines of sight of the different zones that we have to control. There's 4 control nodes that we have to work on. We don't have to control all of them, but the more we can control, the better off we're going to be. And here we go. We're at 100%. I'm going to go ahead and pop number 4 for Cora. which is her Strangle Dome. And on this one, I'm going to use the Zenistar, and here's the little bulb that it throws out, and you can kind of see the waves of heat, essentially. In this case, it's actually waves of viral and radiation that it's throwing out to help protect that area and lock it down for us. So that's our goal. We're trying to lock down as many areas as possible, as quick as possible. The advantage of Korra is you can pop multiple Strangle Domes, up to 3, which makes life much easier. So I'm going to go ahead and pop another one here. So there's our Strangle Dome. Now we've got 3 areas locked down. Now there's a lot of different frames you could use for this. I chose Korra because of the Strangle Dome and the ability to lock down 3 areas at once with that Strangle Dome. Other good frames, Limbo, you can lock down large areas of the map. We've got full control, as you can see now. And I'm going to go back to where I see all the damage happening. Pop another Strangle Dome. Continue locking this area down. And we're up to 35%, the opponents have 16%. So the other frames, as we were talking about, Limbo, Rhino with its stomp could work well. Challenge with it, it's going to be really slow, especially with a hobble. AoE frames such as Equinox or Ember with its World of Fire. I'm going to go ahead and back here really quick and just lay down that Zenistar's wave here to lock down that area, and see how well that works. Quickly kills them, has them damaging one another. We're going to quickly change to the Cycron. So World of Flame, especially if you have the knockdown augment, that Firequake, that works really well. Okay, we'll go recollect that tower really quickly. So Equinox with its main, you can help lock down areas. Oh, we have a little friend. I'm just kind of having fun with our corrupted friend here. Kind of locked down 4 there for us. That was fun. We need to go take care of our node D. They captured it. So other frames that I would suggest, Gara, she has her number 3. Spectre Rage and number 4 Massive Vitrify can help lock down 2 areas, so that's beneficial. That can help you. And then, of course, Hydroid. You can use the Swarm and the Tentacles and the Undertow. Those are beneficial to locking down. You can lock down 2 areas with that. So we're going to go ahead and extract here, and it does say that we've completed it successfully, and as soon as the summary screen dissolves, we'll be able to see what the actual Riven that we've unlocked is. So the Riven that we've actually unlocked is the Dragoon. And as always, you can always go into mods and cycle all of the attributes of that Riven. And we chose core again. The Strangle Dome, super strong, can lock down 3 areas. If you've got a Zenithstor, you can lock down that 4th area. It makes life a lot easier. So I hope you enjoyed this Riven challenge, and hopefully gain some insight on some different ways that you can accomplish it and make your life much easier. Have a great day.